How we do it, folks? Your boy Marco's 18205 numbers after the name. Hold on, we Overcooked 2. Unfortunately, still during this time period that I did not realize that for some reason my old computer was not capturing audio. It clearly was my old computer saying, "Hey, man, like the time is up. Like the time is now." Man, what was that? I got with that computer. Poof, man, we have to really think back. I got that computer briefly after after the Masters 2012, and it served me well until like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. 2 years ago, something like that. 3 years ago, maybe like 3 years ago, yeah. And at that point, it was really hurting, man. For work purposes, it was hurting. For YouTube, it was hurting. For the capturing the footage thing, I mean, that was like crazy. There's some games. I mean, I always laugh. There's some games that we'll never see, especially of like whatever the Call of Duty was at the time. Even pre Cold War, I believe was. Yeah, Cold War already had the new computer, so whatever the hell came before that. Black Ops 4, maybe there's some blackout games that we'll never see that I won that I happened just because my computer all of a sudden I look over to my right and it'll just crap out. The worst would be sometimes I use this Elgato software to record everything, and sometimes it would just like I'd be playing. It is explained it over here. You run the HDMI from your Xbox, whatever system you want, to this like little device that connects it to. Then you run an HDMI out of that device to the TV, and there's a USB cable that runs to your computer. And so basically, like if your computer, if you're doing something, if you're editing like something on the Elgato software, or if you close out the Elgato software, there's the brief moment where there'll be like a black screen on your TV while it adjusts and says, "Okay, I'm not getting the power anymore from this. It's not passing through over here. It's all me, blah blah." But sometimes when my computer would like crap out on its own, I'd be playing. Obviously, I wouldn't be looking at it, and then there's just a black screen on my TV in the middle of a gunfight and blackout, and I'm like, "What's going? What's happened?" I start looking around, like the power went out. Like what? It would get me every time too, by the way. And then I would just go and see and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no, this has absolutely nothing to do with this. This is just the laptop over here that decided to crap out." And then you fight on from there. So in this case, in some of these Overcooked games here, which I believe we're coming to an end to the DLC, if memory serves me right. I think after this we just have the Kevin stages, and that's it. I think. Um, and I believe I think there's one more without audio, basically. And then after that, we're back to just regularly scheduled programming and whatnot. But rolling here with the captain, rolling here with the partner. And yeah, man, as you can see, this is one of those like elaborate ones. It's one of these like I don't know when you gotta get to this like last point. It's 3-4 in this case, and they're just throwing everything you learn and some more at you, and a little bit of movement, even though not the craziest, but still, you gotta divide and conquer. You gotta find a system. It's all about hey, who's doing what. What are we moving over here? The screen's rattling. We're like, hold up. Communicate, figure out what we doing. I'm just holding something. I'm like, man, I'm gonna take a timeout. Woof, throw it over there. There goes the whole kitchen. Thankfully, we grabbed something. Unfortunately, part over there passed away, but that's all right. Thankfully, everybody comes back in a couple seconds. Respawn's very generous in this game. So yeah, it's always cool, man, when you kind of get to a point, and I don't know, you have it in like every game, right, where you just get better at things. Tomorrow I'm gonna post my first Blackout. I was gonna say Black Ops 6 video, and I was debating it because it's so bad. But I always, since Modern Warfare 3 was the first one I did. I started the channel during Black Ops 2, so Modern Warfare 3 was the first one that I did. I remember the first video I ever put was a Black Ops 2 nuke. We started off strong. Um, this isn't that for tomorrow. Ever since I've kind of put my first game that I've played, I got my ass kicked. I genuinely got my ass kicked in Black Ops 2, the first game I played. You'll see. I don't stand a chance. I'm getting smoked all over the place. It's crazy. And I think it was a little bit later in the day, if memory serves me right, and I was a little bit tired. But still, like, doesn't matter. Like, I got eviscerated. Then we'll see the rest of the Wasteland Wednesdays that I post, because I since have gotten, I don't know, a lot better, but we've at least gotten somewhat better. It's weird, we'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow, but the I don't know. It's tough. You hear so much about skill-based matchmaking in the community, and I generally just don't know whether that's correct or accurate or right or wrong. But what I do know is, boy, do a lot of the things that are said, you actually feel, and if that makes sense, like maybe the skill-based matchmaking isn't that strong that it's forcing you to like, sometimes have good games, sometimes have bad games. But boy, does it feel that sometimes after I have a couple good games, I am put in like a completely different hemisphere and bracket as opposed to when I just play something normal. I am also curious. I tried this a little bit yet last night actually. The cross-play kind of feature. I killed it on the Xbox just to see what it would look like if I only play against people on Xbox, and I did a lot better. It's just like factually true. People, they're still good people. It was still, I ran into like a bunch of snipers. I remember that like murdered me and stuff like that. It was still good people, but it wasn't as wild as some of my other matches that I've kind of seen. So I don't know. There's a lot to be said about that. We'll talk a little more tomorrow in the game. My kind of early impressions here as we kind of get ready for the first season coming up. I believe in a week. Yeah, I might get another video out before that. By the way, we're wrapping up over here. We're still putting in the work. It's one of these where you just got to keep like grinding. 6 minutes and 30 seconds, by the way. When you see 6:30 on a timer, man, whoo, you know you're in for it. It's a commitment, right? I think we played it maybe like 3 or 4 times till we got it. But it's not one of these like, hey, like we got to know like whether we're doing right or wrong. You always feel like you could turn it around. You're like, hey, we get 2 quick orders, like, and we do it well. We're in business. Yeah, not really, probably not. Depending on how you play it, I don't know. I always show this footage. We put it on the channel. I think we do it good. I'll never forget the first time we struggled. I think it was 5-3 or 5-2, the one with the floating platforms. And we looked up online. I was like, let's just see, like if we're the only people hurting here, how people are doing it. And then we beat it, and we were like, yeah, like look how good we did. And then we saw the times that some people had, and we were like, damn. So over here, let's not be impressed by the fact we barely got it.